Hello all. A little rain outside finally, not a lot. Anything's better than nothing. This is about our fossil fuels update. Let's go over to the board and look at what happened with the Keystone Pipeline. So the U.S. Senate voted no on the XL pipeline to 59 to 41. They needed 60 votes to pass the pipeline. 14 Democrats, or Democrats as you might want, voted yes. All the Republicans voted yes. That's to be expected. So the fight isn't over as usual. The Republicans are going to bring it back in January and probably easily get a yes vote then. Then the only thing that can stop it is Obama is to veto it. Everything he says is a lie, so I suspect he'll just lie on this and go ahead and pass it. This is absolutely disgusting, and I've said this so many times that regardless of whether they're D's or R's, it's all the same party. The corrupt corporate party of the world has now taken over the U.S. completely. Let's go find out what this pipeline is going to give us once it gets installed. Okay, there'll be 830,000 barrels per day from Alberta, Canada to the Gulf of Mexico. The jobs will all mostly go to Canada for building the pipeline. Since TransCanadian is going to build the pipeline, they'll put on 42,000 jobs, part-time to full-time, construction mostly. The pipeline will add 17% more carbon dioxide than conventional oil. So let's go over to fracking news. One thing that the drillers aren't telling you is the amount of pollution that's coming from fracking wells. 70%, up to 70% of the waste product in fracking fluid comes back up and needs to be treated, and then over the years it migrates upwards into the water columns, polluting large amounts of the aquifers around the world. Here in the U.S., California just had a bunch of their aquifers polluted because fracking water was accidentally pumped into these underground aquifers. Accidentally. Man, we just started fracking, and look at all the trouble we're having. Our water is on fire from the gas that's in the fracking wells. We're polluting our groundwater, and let's take a look at what we're doing to the surface of the planet. PolluterWatch.com has taken some aerial photos here in the U.S., and this goes on for miles upon miles, state after state, and they have to keep increasing the wells year after year to keep the flow going, and they really are planning on doing even more to try to export both oil and natural gas, which is a pipe dream of the U.S. It's hard to find information on fracking, especially on the internet. It's whenever there's some news that's negative against either tar sands or fracking, it's scrubbed off the internet. I noticed that today Common Dreams scrubbed their news on the XL pipeline. It's amazing how hard it is to get alternative information these days on the internet. I guess that's part of what the National Spy Agency is doing, is clearing off all negative comments and articles about oil or oil exploration. Alright, the camera's getting a little old and I think it's working, so I'm going to try doing the rest of the video. Okay, what I wanted to talk next about is the price of Brent crude oil on the world economy. Apparently, Russia has just come out today saying that they can't do anything to stop the downward spiral of the price of oil. Apparently, so much fracking, so much production has gone on that we have overloaded, oversaturated the world with oil. That's one of the things. The second thing is that the economy is going down in flames. People can't afford to drive anymore. The prices of fuel have fallen some, but not that much here in the U.S. Where we should be putting our money and our research is in solar panel, solar power, wind power, high-speed tube transport, that type of thing, where it's renewable energy is used. But instead, we're still going for fossil fuels just as fast as we can. The latest thing here in the U.S. is natural gas export, which is just stupid. As I've said in many other videos, it's such a waste. You lose half of the natural gas in the processing of just getting it to the compressed state. Then you have to uncompress it, and you lose 50% more of your gas uncompressing it and turning it back into a gas. Okay, let's look at Brent crude oil over the last year. It started out at $110 a barrel back in January. All through the summer, it just sort of wiggled up and down, stayed pretty much the same, till we got just before July. It spiked up to 115 and then took a nosedive and kept diving. September, it was about $100. By the time November got here, down to almost 76, 78, 77, 78. So 78, we'll just say. That's quite a nosedive there. I wonder if that tells anybody anything. So, I appreciate all the comments and the ups and the downs and the new subscribers. And no matter what YouTube does, just keep on going with it. Sometimes it'll hide all the comments and you won't even see them at all, but they're still there. They just pop up and go down, go away, and then they come back. And kind of hard to make sense of it, but we'll keep trying anyway. Alright, until next time.